The big issue that was concerning PEIU is their ball control. Watch for see how their passing is.
Wayne Lee up on the pedestal, Dan Hiranaka on the floor, the two officials. Serving will be Willoughby, and we are underway. And that's an ace. Went off Paskey.
We just got through talking about ball control. PEIU concerned about it. The match starts off with an ace. Not good news for Colorado for a start.
Willoughby again. Down the line, that ball popped up by Carr. Carr again. Good leaping response that time by Villaroman. Kahumoku gets it over, but nothing really on it. Here's Bakasau to Kahumoku. That time, she was able to steer that by Barkman. Into the game comes Griffin. Boy, Barkman got the yank really quick. Here's Willoughby. 2-0, Hawaii. Willoughby with that big toss. Excellent serve. Carr shanks it, trying to save it over there. And it was amazing is Gower. Gower went into the signage. Gower with an excellent dig. Little one-handed push shot. And now, finally, we get the whistle. So a point for Hawaii.
And I'll tell you that applause from these 7,000 or so fans is not for Hawaii getting the point. It's for this effort right here. Watch Gower go over and almost down in the press row.
Another race for Willoughby. Hawaii leading 4-0 in the very early going. PEIU across the bench. He's already yanked Barkman. Barkman is number one blocker. Serving is Willoughby. Barnes steers it to Gower, and Griffin can't handle it. That's 4 hits, and that's another point for Hawaii. They lead 5-0.
Out of the 5 points, 3 of them come on ball control errors by Colorado. Got them in trouble.
Willoughby continues to serve. He's not had a rotation yet. Willoughby gets it into the back row. Taskey. They go to Hayes. That goes off Duggan. Hayes credited with the kill. Hayes with the flamingo-style hairdo.
Just in case Duggins is going out tonight, hasn't received a facial. She got one just then.
Villaroman bumps it to Bakasau. Duggan hit that ball off of Gerlach. Hawaii leading 6-1.
And Duggins continues her perfect hitting ways. 10 kills, no errors the other night against Ohio State. Now she picks up her 11th kill.
Duggan serving. That ball dug up by Barnes. Gower goes to Hayes. Willoughby is there. Pops it up for Bakasau. Cross court to Kahumoku. Good save by Paskey. Overpass. Lundqvist trying to keep it alive, but she pushes it into the pedestal. 6-2. Hayes will go back to serve for Colorado. She did not start the other night, but she gets to start tonight. Duggins to Bakasau. Sets up Willoughby out of the back row. That's in. What a shot by Willoughby.
She is Stacey Gordon of Ohio State, clearly the best back row attackers in this tournament. Wouldn't you say, Jim?
I would say so, yes.
They come flying out of the back row.
That point there was just clinical. Gower to Gerlach, and Gerlach mishits it. That goes out as 8-2 Hawaii in the first game. Hawaii starting on fire behind the serving of Willoughby, and now the hitting of Willoughby. Serving is Tano. Paskey to Gower. Step out. Erlach didn't have enough on it. Colorado just out of kilter. Colorado starting not well at all. And PEIU gets up with his little green book to make some notes. And in those notes, he hopes to make some adjustments. Tano to serve. 9 serving 2. Carr to Gower. Back to Carr. And Lindquist keeps it alive, but gets it over. Gower with the save. Needs help. Gerlach at the line, and then Carr just pushes it wide. So Colorado continues to have trouble here.
Very hesitant, Jim. Very hesitant. Almost like deer in headlights right now playing against this Rainbow Wahine team.
10 serving 2. Gower works at the Carr. Good shot by Carr. Got between Lundqvist and Bakasau on the double block. So here's Carr. Carr taps it across. Bakasau goes outside. Kahumoku. Kahumoku hit it off Gower. And that ricochets to Taskey, and that's a kill for Kahumoku.
Now, Jimmy, you were mentioning in the break there that Kahumoku isn't hitting the ball as hard. I think it's just in comparison to how hard Willoughby hits it. Lily really is moving the ball around better than she was before, I think.
Good rolling dig in the back row by Kahumoku. Kahumoku gets it across, double-handed. Advantage now, Colorado. They go to Taski. Taski hits it long. No, they say now it went off the block. It went off the block, and that's a point for Colorado. 4 serving 11. Gerlach goes back to serve. She had 9 kills against UCLA. No kills yesterday in that 5-game match against Ohio State. Step out. Lundqvist. Carr is there. Gives it to Gower. Gower left-handed. Willoughby is there, and Willoughby with the block. Hawaii leading 12-4. Willoughby now has rotated into that front row.
Hawaii's obviously Charlie Wade, Kerry Anderson, and Dave Shoge have done a good job of scouting Colorado. They knew that Gower loves to hit it on 2.
Taski double hands it over advantage. Hawaii. Lundqvist to Bakasau. Here's Willoughby off the block. Willoughby is more than superb. She is in the spectacular range every time she plays. And when I got here today, and it was early, she was suited up.
Yeah, she's ready to go from the minute she wakes up in the morning. She's ready to go.
Serving is Lundqvist. And there's Gower. Gower with that very quick dump.
Smart play by a smart girl. Great article in this morning's paper about how smart this young lady is. Number 1 in her chemical engineering class. Doesn't know whether she wants to be a doctor, a lawyer, an Indian chief. She's going to go to some sort of graduate school, though.
Willoughby again. That double block is not sufficient to stop Willoughby. Hayes was up along with Griffin. And Willoughby found no problem. 14-5 Hawaii first game. Margaret Bakasau to serve. That ball dug up by Carr. Gower goes cross court to Taski. That's dug up by Villaroman. One-handed push by Bakasau. And a back row attacker.
And Bakasau, she's a back row player. She came in and attacked the ball above the net. They just figured out how teams are going to beat Willoughby this year. A ladder and 4 blockers.
And a couple catcher's mitts.
Yeah.
Kano gets it over. Here's Gower. Back set for Hayes. That's dug up by Kahumoku. Net violation on Hawaii. Net violation on Duggins, I believe. 14-7. Colorado trying to get their game together. They've run into a buzzsaw early. Willoughby, Bakasau, short set. Duggins. Gower is there. Hayes goes outside to Carr. And Carr able to whiz it by a double block of Kano and Duggins.
Maybe it's just that Colorado is a slow starting team. Yesterday they started out 0 games to 2 against Ohio State, then came back. Today they get blitzed in the first few points here. Now they're making a nice little comeback.
Willoughby, that's off the block, but there's Bakasau. Kano out to Willoughby, and Kano called for the lift. They had the collision and some uncertainty. Here comes Colorado. They have cut the lead to 5, and they're playing much better now. All of a sudden, the pilot light went on. Serving is Taski. Kahumoku, Bakasau, Kano with the touch. And that went off hard. That'll be a point for Hawaii. 15-9, Hawaii leads here in the first game. And serving will be Kim Willoughby. Willoughby is a great server. She can rip it. Rips it here. That's dug up by Barnes. Here's Gower going outside the Carr. That's off the block and out. That went off Kano. So that's a point for Colorado. 15 for Hawaii, 10 for Colorado. Both teams now have gotten to double figures. Coming into the game is Kelly Matsumiya, 5'3" freshman from Highlands Ranch, Colorado. She will come in to serve. Matsumiya slaps it over. Villaroman to Bakasau, back set, step out, Duggins. And that comes over by Steve Jackson, the cameraman. Matsumiya trying to get to it, couldn't do it. So Matsumiya goes out, and Barnes, the libero, comes in to replace her, and serving will be Duggins, 16 serving 10. Haskey guides it to Gower. Step out Hayes, but she puts that one into the net. That's the point for Hawaii. Hawaii leading 17-10. Duggins will go back to serve out of Fullerton, California. Duggins hits it over again. Carr pops it to Gower. Back set Hayes. That's dug up by Willoughby. Bakasau back set for Kano. That goes off Carr. That's a point. Kano gets the kill. 18-10, Hawaii.
You notice Kano getting a lot of action early on here. Maybe Margaret Vacasaucau heard our 7-11 keys tonight. Diversify that offense. Don't rely just on Lily and Kim. It's working so far.
Duggan serves. Paskey to Gower. That's an overpass. Lundqvist, but that was handled. Carr hits it, and that's down. That double block was up again. Tano and Lundqvist.
Carr, just a freshman, given the starting nod tonight. Can't quite get that one over. Fab's 50, good solid player, but facing a big block up there.
19-10, Hawaii leading. Little double-handed dump shot chased down by Tano. Lundqvist gets it across. Diving dig by Paskey goes to Carr. That's dug up a rolling dig by Willoughby in the back row. They go to Kahumoku. Barnes is there. Gower back set. Hayes double block, and it's still in play. Willoughby to Vacasaucau. Step out. Lundqvist. Little patty cake. Saved by Gerlach. Then to Gower. Then to Hayes off the block. There's Tano. Tano an overpass. Saved by Vacasaucau. Back set to Kahumoku. And 4 hits called on Hawaii.
That rally was so long that Hawaii lost track of how many hits they had left in that last particular side. They took 4 hits. This ball should have gone over. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 too many.
Hayes served that ball wide. That's the point for Hawaii. It's now 20-11 as we were counting the hits. You do lose track. Tano serving. Paskey, Gower in position, gives it to Carr. Carr hits it long. That's a point for Hawaii. 21-11 here in this first game. PEIU calls another timeout for Colorado. Will serve for Hawaii. He has a string going. Carr bumps it to Gower. Step out, Gerlach. That's blocked. Saved by Barnes. Cross court, it goes to Carr. That's off the fingers. Willoughby in the back row. Vacasaucau setting Kahumoku. Double block. Kahumoku with a zipper that time. That was saved by Paskey, and that goes outside the antenna on a left-handed hit by Carr. That's a point. That's the first time that we have seen Kahumoku really hit the boomer.
She did. She unloaded there, didn't she? She cranked up the heat.
22-11, Hawaii first game. Good save by Tano. Advantage now for Colorado. Hit by Gerlach, blocked by Lundqvist, and the ball is hit off the block by Carr. And that will be a point for Colorado. 12 serving, 22. Carr, by the way, 6 kills against UCLA. And she had 5 kills yesterday against Ohio State. Vacasaucau outside. Kahumoku, yes. Double block never really formed. And Gower was the only one in front of Kahumoku, no problem.
She's easing her way into the game, isn't she, Jim?
She is.
She's easing her way, letting the game come to her. She's the split block and buries it.
Kahumoku serves. Little lollipop over the net. Paskey to Gower. Little touch by Gerlach. Save. Good rolling dig by Duggan, but down underneath on the line is Willoughby. They just simply ran out of room. They were scrunched into the corner.
There's the tip shot. Excellent get that time by Duggan. Willoughby just couldn't stay on her own side of the net.
Kahumoku, Vacasaucau, step out. Lundqvist, that's blocked. Saved by Griffin. Gower is there. Griffin. That goes off Duggan. Kahumoku back to the middle. Little touch by Willoughby. Vacasaucau, Willoughby. That's popped up by Carr. Hit by Gower. Villa-Roman is there. Vacasaucau. Down the middle comes Kahumoku. That's dug up in the back row by Carr. Villa-Roman. Little joust at the net. Saved there by Paskey. Hit by Gower, and it goes in. Colorado wins the long rally.
Give the Buffs credit. Well played. Those two teams playing rat-a-tat, ping-pong type volleyball. Quickest team won in the end there.
14 serving 23. Vacasaucau to Lundqvist. And Lundqvist hits it right into the double block of Paskey and Griffin. Another point for Colorado.
Not sure the wisdom of this set right here with 2 blockers up. Vacasaucau maybe should have launched it to the outside like that.
Vacasaucau to Willoughby. That's dug up by Gerlach. Waiting as Gower goes cross court. This is Paskey. Paskey roll shot. Duggan's off the net. Saved there by Lundqvist. Vacasaucau hits it off Griffin, and the ball goes out. 24-15. Hawaii leading here in the first game. Nohea Tano comes back in, replacing Villa-Roman, the libero. Serving is Lundqvist. Lundqvist serves. Barnes to Gower. Hit by Griffin. There is Lundqvist, and the ball goes over the net and right by Griffin. 25-15. Hawaii closing in on the first game. Serving is Lundqvist. Paskey to Gower. Gower with that hit again. That's more than just a dump. It's like she's getting the set.
She is unafraid to wail away at that ball. It doesn't have to be on the net. This is about the 6-foot line. She goes up and just rips, gets only one blocker.
Gower serves. Good dig by Kano, hit by Kahumoku. Diving dig by Gower, overpass, and Duggan takes care of it. 26-16, Hawaii up by 10 in the first game. Barnes the libero comes in now for Colorado, replacing Gerlach. Serving is Baka Sao. Good serve by Baka Sao. Paskey to Gower. Hayes on the step out. Gets it off Willoughby. Hayes could be our fantastic Sam's fantastic fan, only she's a player. I say that because
it's a flamingo hair.
It's got to be the hair.
It's got to be.
Here's Baka Sao. Duggan. Duggan's able to pound it off the block. Carr was there along with Griffin. 27-17, and here comes Willoughby. Willoughby, we said on Friday night, is worth the price of admission, and we stand by that. That's for sure. She can serve. Dug up by Carr. Here's Gower. Hayes, step out. There's Villa-Roman. And a great save by Kahumoku near the antenna.
How about the no-look dumper? The no-look dumper. Looked like she was going to set it to somebody. All of a sudden, here it comes over the net.
Kind of hooked it over with the right hand. 28-17. Here's Willoughby serving. Barnes to Gower near the net. Carr able to get it down. Hit it past Kano and Duggan. Into the game for Colorado comes Masumiya. Masumiya to serve. Willoughby pops it up. Baka Sao goes to Kahumoku. Double block. Kahumoku just inside the back line. And as you say, Chris, she's playing her way into this game.
It really is. And how about the pass that time by Willoughby? Willoughby proving she's more than just an offensive weapon. She can play some defense and pass the ball.
Duggan serving. Here's Gerlach. She hits it wide, and that is the first game. Hawaii wins the first game 30-18 over Colorado. Hawaii going away to a controlling lead and never looking back.
Hawaii leading the kill percentage 333 to 146. That's a couple hundred points. That results from Colorado making too many errors and Hawaii having more kills than Colorado. Blocks about even, digs about even. Aces, Kim Willoughby started to
30-18 in the first game. Maya Gustin was lined up, but she goes out for the libero, Villa-Roman. So we're going to see Maya here in the second game.
3 rotations. She'll be coming in.
Serving will be Paskey as we begin game number 2. Paskey serves it deep. Villa-Roman guides it to Baka Sao, and Duggan makes short work of that short set.
I love it when Baka Sao sets the middle from off the net, about the 10-foot line, rather than only stay in the middle when the pass is right on the net.
Here's Willoughby, that big toss. And this time she hits the net cord. Also, getting the start here in the second game is Susie Bogart. Bogart from Bellflower, California. She played in that first match against Ohio State. She's number 2. Baka Sao sets Kahumoku over the double block, but that's handled by Paskey. Joust at the net. Ends up on the Colorado side. Hayes goes outside to Carr. Double block. Bogart was there. Bogart taking the brunt.
Bogart's the freshman phenom that Dave showed you, says watch out. She's a sleeper. She has got a heavy, heavy arm.
Big front line now for Hawaii as Gustin goes in to the game. Carr works it to Gower. Here's Carr. That's blocked. Welcome to the match, Maya Gustin. Gustin and Bogart. Boy, that's a wall.
Well, Hawaii's got a UCLA Bruin kind of block right now. They go 6-2, 6-2, 6-3 up front. That's pretty good.
Duggan serving. That ball dug up by Paskey. Gower step out. Gerlach, and that goes off Kahumoku. So Gerlach gets the kill, 3-2. Hawaii leading. here in the second game. If you just joined us, Hawaii winning the first game handily, 30-18. Serving is Hayes. That ball dug up by Duggins. Waiting, Baka South sets Kahumoku. Kahumoku. And really ripped that around the double block. Kahumoku didn't attack the ball right away. She waited just for an instant and then had her swing.
Watch how she goes around this block so she sees it goes inside. Good angle shot.
Gerlach trying to save it was Bogard. Couldn't do it. Gerlach attacking the middle, getting the point. And Colorado staying close here in the second game. 3 serving 4. Serving is Carr. Duggan, Baka South step out. Gustine. That's handled in the back row by Barkman, just back into the game. She was yanked early in the first game. Kahumoku, yes. Kahumoku around that double block again. Kahumoku is another one of the Hawaii players who can see the court and see it well.
Yeah, she's got that angle shot, and a lot of people don't know it, but she can come down the line just as easily.
7 kills now for Kahumoku. Howard short set. Gerlach. Here's that by Gustine. Gustine turns around and shakes hands with Willoughby. Hey, how you doing? How you doing, Kim? Gerlach third. Here's Willoughby just with the punch. Paskey, that's off the double block. Willoughby is there, guides it to Baka South. Gustine blocked, saved by Baka South. And Willoughby gets it across. Advantage now, Colorado. The hit by Barkman, blocked by Gustine. Also up was Willoughby.
How about the coverage of her hitter by Baka South? My goodness, Margaret is so quick. There's the block by Willoughby and Gustine. Now, Willoughby's 6 feet tall, 5'11", 6 feet tall, but she plays like she's 6'4". She jumps so high.
Serving is Gustine. That's an ace. That went off Carr and went out of bounds. 7-4. Hawaii leading by 3. Baka South in the front row along with Willoughby, along with Duggan. Serving is Maya Gustine. Gustine from Slovenia. That ball hit by Paskey. Paskey just pushes it off the court. That's another point for Hawaii. They lead 8-4 here in game number 2. So Gustine continues the string. Gustine way back on the rug to serve. And it hits the court. 8-5. Hawaii leading by 3 in the second game. And Gower will go back to serve. Gower had 7 kills against UCLA, 4 against Ohio State, and she was a setter. Willoughby. Boy, Willoughby just deposited that ball off Carr. I have not seen players able to hit like that.
I would be very surprised if she's left off the Olympic roster for Greece. Very surprised.
Baka South serving. Here's Paskey. That's off the block. Kahumoku in the back row. Baka South back set. Bogard.
Oh, my. What a set from Baka South. Looked like she was going to Willoughby all the way on the left side. At the last second, she arches her back. Look at this great arch right there. And sets it right on the antenna. Bogard drills it down the line.
Baka South serves down the middle. And Barkman able to get that ball by Duggins. Excellent set that time by Gower. Line drive set right to Barkman. And Barkman was able to deposit the ball on the Terraflex. Hawaii leading 10-6. Paskey serves and serves it long. As Heather Alustra just kind of avoided that, knew it was long. And so Willoughby will go back now to serve for Hawaii. Willoughby wearing those tapes and all the knuckles. Serves it. That goes off Barnes. And in and over press row. Third 8 for Willoughby. 12-6. Hawaii. Kim Willoughby with that toss. Serves it. Paskey in the back row, chased down by Gower. Here's Carr. Carr is blocked. Bogard and Duggan.
I think what's happening when Willoughby serves is she rips that jump serve so hard and almost always forces a bad pass. The blockers know it's going to go to the left, and they just camp out and wait for the Colorado attacker to hit it.
Berkeley Loyal Banking. There you see 4 aces by the Rainbow Wahine in this match against Colorado. Willoughby getting ready to serve again. 13 serving 6. Paskey to Gower. Barkman pushes it over. Hawaii with the advantage. Baka South Duggan had a side swipe at it and hit it long. That's a point for Colorado. Looking on is the UCLA team, and they will take on Hawaii tomorrow night. Serving is Barkman. Willoughby to Baka South. Duggan able to hit it off the fingers of Gerlach. So Hawaii gets the point. There you see the UCLA team. They're no doubt thinking about tomorrow night's match.
We thought UCLA might have a loss by now in this tournament to Ohio State at least. Not to be. They're 2-0.
Carr hits it long. That's another point for Hawaii. Hawaii now leading 15-7 here in the second game. Duggan will serve. Carr guides it to Gower. Hit by Gerlach. Good dig by Baka South. Bogard to Kahumoko. 16-7. Hawaii winning the first game 30-18. Duggan continues to serve. Carr again to Gower near the net. Gerlach is blocked, but it goes out. That's a point for Colorado. 16-8, Hawaii lead. And Hayes will go back to serve now for the Buffalo. Long. That's way long. 17-8, Hawaii. Barnes, the libero, comes in for Colorado. Serving will be Bogard for Hawaii. Bogard from Bellflowers, we said. The freshman. Barnes pops it up. Gower to Gerlach. That's off the block. Baka South, Bogard, and Kahumoko again.
Repertoire. We talked about it. Location. Lily's got that little line shot. First time she's used it tonight. She looks like she's going cross court here, and then all of a sudden, boom, comes back down the line. Tough to dig a player like Lily Kahumoko. She doesn't need to hit it hard when she's got shots like that.
Jennifer Carey has come in, replacing Baka South at center for Hawaii. Carr gets it across. Bogard, Carey, step out, Gustin, and that's in. 19-8, Hawaii. Hawaii variation on a theme with Carey in there.
Nice set from Carey. Hawaii having the luxury of 2 great setters.
Gower to Gerlach. Good hit by Gerlach. Crisp, direct, purposeful. 19-9.
Remember, Jen Carey is a freshman and sophomore, made all WAC both years, set the team to a 60-3 record, and she's on the bench. So Margaret Vakasausa has done quite a job beating her out.
And Kahumoko, that's handled by Paskey. Down the middle comes Barkman. That's off the block. Willoughby in the back row to Carey to Gustin. Barkman. Barnes goes outside to Paskey. Roll shot, almost a collision in the back row. Illustre handles it, and from the 10-meter line, Willoughby is dug. Willoughby to Carey. Carey with the dump shot, but there is Barnes. Gowers goes to Paskey, and Paskey gets it into the corner. Another long rally. And the crowd applauds the effort of both teams.
Yeah, Carey gets stuck in the middle right here, middle blocking, and they just go over her, and even Heather Illustre, the flying Smurf, can't get that one.
10, serving 19. Serving is Carr. Illustre to Carey. Here's Kahumoko. Kahumoko just ripped that one. Gower was up along with Gerlach, and that ball just whistled by their ears. 20-10. Lily Kahumoko goes back to serve now for Hawaii in game 2. Taps it across. Barnes to Gower. Short set. Little roll shot. That's handled by Carey. That roll shot from Gerlach. Here's Willoughby. That's off the block. Handled by Barkman in the back row. They go outside to Paskey off the block. Bogard is there. Then Illustre. And unable to get the ball across is Willoughby. She turns sheepishly and looks at her coach, Dave Shoji.
Says, I'm sorry, Dave.
11 serving 20. Gerlach is back for Colorado. Illustre, Carey, Willoughby down the line and wide.
When's the last time you saw Willoughby make 2 errors in a row?
That's
I don't
rare.
think I've seen her make 2 errors
That's
in a
rare.
row.
That is rare. 12 serving 20. Gerlach continues to serve for Colorado. Illustrated carry. Back set Gustin. Carey able to save it off the block. Behind the 3-meter line is Kahumoko. That'll be returned. Barkman blocked by Willoughby. Unable to get there is Illustre. That's another point for Colorado. Dave Shoji comes off the bench.
Yeah, his team's not playing poorly right now. That's why I think he was clapping. He said, hey, we're okay. We're up 7. We're in a good position. Don't give up on yourselves.
Gerlach lollipops it over. They feed Willoughby. Willoughby guides it between the double block of Barkman and Gower.
This ball set high, which gives Willoughby a chance to sky and get the kill.
Gustin serving. Barnes to Gower. Gower tries that, another one of that swinging dump shot, but right there was Duggan. Solo block.
Boy, Duggins was ready for that. Good scouting job. Charlie Wade, Gary Anderson.
Gustin again serving. Tasky. Gower to Tasky. And that goes off Kahumoko in the back row. She slaps the Terraflex in frustration. 22-14, Hawaii leads here in the second game. Hawaii winning the first game 30-18. Gower will serve that left-handed swing. Carey sets Willoughby. Gower. They say net violation now, either on Barkman or Hayes.
It was on Hayes. He just got a little bit too anxious, but I'll tell you, Willoughby took a swipe at that one down the line. Gower popped it up beautifully.
23-14, Carey serving for Hawaii. Carr to Gower, short set Barkman. Barkman finds the open space, and she hit it by Duggan.
Gower, a little 31 set there. Good to throw something different at the bow.
Willoughby to Carey. Duggan, that's popped up, chased down by Hayes, goes outside. Carr, and Carr is blocked.
Carr struggling right now. 5 kills, 8 errors, negative 176. That left side's got to hit for a better percentage than negative 176.
Willoughby getting ready to serve. 24, serving 15. Willoughby hits it. Barnes near the net. Gower to Hayes. Carey digs it, but that ball goes out. As the ball was sailing out, Carey was talking to it. Please don't do that. Don't go out. It did. Barkman serving, 16, serving 24. Illustre, Carey, Duggan. Dug up by Gower. There's Tasky. Hayes hits it. And that goes off Illustre. The flying Smurf.
Give Colorado credit. Gower digging that ball down the line. She's hanging in there.
Into the game for Colorado comes Kelly Masunia. She has played briefly in the first game and also briefly here in the second game. 17, serving 24. Illustre waiting his carry. Carey sets up Kahumoko down the line off Gower. That's a point for Kahumoko. That's her 11th kill.
And no errors to go along with it. That's quite a night Lily's having so far.
Here's Duggan, 25, serving 17 here in the second game. Carr pops it up to Gower. Here's Gerlach. That's off the block, waiting his carry. Bumps it to Bogart, goes outside. Kahumoko. Kahumoko. Boy, she loves that angle.
You know, they just don't know where to block her right now. She's hit the last 2 balls down the line, so the block moves out a little bit. She sees that. The block moves out, so she goes cross court, picks up the kill with her versatility.
Duggan serves again, overpass, put down by Gustin. 27-17. Hawaii closing in on the second game. Colorado calls a timeout. 27-17, Duggan. Lauren Duggan serving for Hawaii. Here's Gower to Gerlach. Gerlach able to get that ball by the double block of Kahumoko and Gustin.
After a slow start, Gerlach getting untracked. 7 kills, hitting 294, almost 300. She's one of their steady players the last few years. She's the 5'11 junior.
Hayes serves. Illustrated carry. Here's Bogart. That's popped up by Barkman in the back row. Gower goes outside to Carr. Illustrate feeds carry. Here's Gustin. And Gustin hits it off Gerlach. That's a point for Hawaii, and it is 28-18. And Bogard will go back to serve. Into the game comes Villa Roman. Villa Roman is a quick change artist, isn't she? Now she's in the white.
Yeah,
As Illustre is the...
is the libero. Yeah.
is the libero. Overpass, joust at the net. Still alive, goes to Carr. Double hands it over. Ball is bumped to Kerry. Back set, Gustin comes back across. Barnes is there. Another joust. Saved by Gower. They go to Carr, another joust. Ball is still alive. Gower short set, Gerlach. And that's a tweener. I was able to get between the outstretched arms and fingers of Gustin and Kahumoku.
I don't know how that ball ever made it through the net, but it does. There's a quick set on the 8-foot line. Something unusual that Colorado does, most teams don't do, and it worked that time.
19 serving 28. Here's Kerry to Kahumoku. Kahumoku goes down the line. There's repertoire. A little hook with the right hand, and it went right down the line where no one was. Kahumoku now with 13 kills. She leads everybody. Kahumoku with a little jump float. Barnes pops it up for Gower. Gower short set, Gerlach. The Kahumoku is there. Kerry to Gustin, that's blocked. Villa Roman is there. Illustre goes outside. Willoughby hits the tape.
Willoughby has a flaw, in my opinion. It's that sometimes she just tries to do too much. There she had no approach. It was a standing jump, and she tried to put a little too much on it, brought it into the cable. She needed to keep that ball in play, give her block a chance to score a point.
Hawaii going for game number 2. Willoughby. That's a dug up by Gerlach. Here's Paskey, saved by Kerry, but Kerry hit the antenna. That's another point for Colorado. 29 for Hawaii, 21 for Colorado here in game 2. Hawaii winning the first game handily 30-18, and they do have a controlling lead here. Serving is Gerlach. Ball is dug up by Villa Roman. Kerry goes to Willoughby. Willoughby hits it. That's blocked. Saved by Illustre. Kerry again. Willoughby. That's blocked again. Saved by Barkman. A good one-handed roll save by Gower. Here's Hawaii trying again. The dump shot is handled. Hit by Barkman. Dug up by Illustre. Kerry. Willoughby. Willoughby finally ends it. And Hawaii wins the long rally. So Hawaii now leads in this match 2-0. 30-18, 30-21. Hawaii proudly continues its support of the University of Hawaii General Scholarship Fund. They'll honor a player from each team following tonight's match. Willoughby begins the third game. Gower to Griffin. That's saved by Gustin. Kahumoku, little roll shot. Carr is there. Overpass. Kahumoku. Barnes saves it. Griffin puts it into the net. Off is set by Gower. 1-0 Hawaii. Gustin, Bogard, and Kahumoku in that front. And Willoughby getting ready to serve again here in game number 3. That's a shank. Willoughby's 4th ace of this match.
I think, Jim, it's about time we can now take a look at what the ace record is for the Hawaiian Airlines Classic. And the number of aces is 6 by Tony Nishida, who played for UH back in 1990.
Willoughby again. This one is long.
She actually shares that record with Marissa Hatchett from UCLA, Cara Milling from UCLA. All of them had 6.
So Barkman comes into the game for Colorado, and she will serve. Not well. She will not serve well. And it's 3-1 Hawaii here in the third game. Maya Gustin will go back into the game for Hawaii for the first time in this match. Comes Eckmeyer, Melody Eckmeyer, 6'3" sophomore from Simi Valley, California. UCLA has departed the building. Baka south to Bogard. They go cross-court Kahumoku. Kahumoku is blocked. Gerlach is there along with Hayes.
Lily is mortal. First mistake tonight.
So Hayes will serve now for Colorado. Willoughby overpass. Gerlach puts it into the net and cannot save it. And that's a point for Hawaii. 4-2. They lead it here in the third. Jennifer Carey comes into the game along with Illustre.
Illustra's changed uniforms, Jim. Did you check it out? She was green last game.
Now she's
Yeah,
she's wearing the white.
So she's a defensive specialist this game when you wear the same color.
Gerlach able to get by Ekmeyer and Kahumoku. So Colorado, the Buffaloes trail by 1. Carr nudges it across. Still a Roman, little joust at the net, keeping it alive is Paskey. Paskey turns. Willoughby in the back row. Carey with the dump. That's into the net, saved by Gower, but they say a double hit. CEIU up off the bench, shaking his head, looking at Wayne Lee.
I'm not sure how that was 2 hits. Let's check and see. Here's a dump shot. 1. Oh, she claims that Wayne Lee claims she hit it before it went into the net and after it went into the net.
So Gower with that swinging jump shot, and she's able to hit that off of Illustra. So Gerlach will go back to serve now for Colorado. She's played a very good match. Step out, Ekmeyer, that'll be handled. Gower, Barnes, Paskey, triple block. Ekmeyer was up, Willoughby was up, along with Carey. That whole front row is waiting for Paskey that time.
There's a 3-person block right there. That is a good one, too, with Carey, Ekmeyer, Willoughby.
Serving as Ekmeyer, popped up by Barnes. Here's Gower going outside. Paskey, that's off the fingertips. Kahumoku in the back row to Carey. Back set, Gutstein. Gutstein with the push.
That location, not exactly where Maya liked it. That's why she had to lean out. She had to reach. Didn't quite make it outside enough, so she has to reach over and just tip it over. Still effective.
Knuckleballing it over is Ekmeyer. Saved by Illustre, but nobody could get there to help her out. Carey almost into the signage. That's a point for Colorado. They trail by 2. Hayes comes into the game, into that front row, along with Paskey, and along with Griffin. Serving will be Gower. Gower gets it across. Illustre, Willoughby with the save. Kahumoku rolls it. Advantage now for Colorado. Here's Paskey. That's off the block, waiting for it. Dilla Roman kind of shanks it. Willoughby with the save. Gets it back from Carey. Willoughby. An amazing performer.
Carey kept the ball alive on the overpass with a block, and then Willoughby finishes with another spectacular kill. TV, I don't think, really does her velocity and the sound of when her ball hits the Terraflex justice.
Baka South comes into the game and puts it into the net. Hawaii leading by 2. Paskey goes back to serve now for Colorado. Colorado having to play 3 straight days in this tournament. We'll see how they react here in the 3rd game. Bogart hit the antenna. She did. That's a point for Colorado. And now they trail by 1 here in game number 3. Serving is Paskey. Villa Roman to Baka Sao. Gutstein in the middle. And that's where her home is, in the middle.
After playing the left side all last year, she said in the preseason, I am very happy to be back in the middle again.
Willoughby back to serve. 9, serving 7. She has 4 aces in this game. Popped up by Barnes. Here's Gower to Hayes. Hayes hits it off Kahumoku. So the Buffaloes staying close here in the 3rd game.
That's simply a field goal by Hayes. Just pushed it right through Lily's arm.
Bachman serving. Villa Roman to Baka Sao. Back set Bogart. Gower is there waiting for it is Hayes. She sets up Carr. Carr is blocked. There's Barkman. Barkman with the overpass. And getting the ball down is Gutstein. Hawaii leading by 2, 10-8 here in the 3rd game. Hawaii leads in the match 2 games to none.
The new look Gutstein. You can tell the difference, huh, Jim?
Yes.
Down about 15 pounds. Didn't lose any strength. She still steps all the way back and hits that high floater.
Here's Gower. Gerlach. Gutstein with the save. They go outside. Kahumoku. Is it in? No, it was just wide. Kahumoku trying a very tough angle that time. Just missed. So the Buffaloes have 9, and the Rainbow Wahines have 10. Serving is Hayes. Hits the net court. Hawaii leading by 2. More changes. Carey comes into the game. And Illustre comes back into the game. Bogard and Bakasau depart. Serving is Illustre. Knuckleballs it over. Paskey to Gower. Here's Carr. That's blocked. What a block. That time by, let's see.
Melody Eckmeyer.
Yeah, it's Eckmeyer.
You know, Dave shows you unafraid to play 12 people in this match tonight so far. Eckmeyer being the 12th one to go in. Look how she gives him some productivity right there.
Gerlach, good step-out move. Kahumoku and Eckmeyer. Ill-formed block. 10 serving 12, and Carr goes back to serve now for Colorado. Villa-Roman pops it up for Carey. Tries the dump shot, but right there is Carr, chased down by Gower. Here's Paskey. Net violation called on Carey. Colorado now trails by 1. Serving his Carr. She serves it wide. So Hawaii leading 13-11 here in the third game. Back to serve will be Kahumoku. Kahumoku with 13 kills in this match. Gower, that's handled, and Carey sends it to the back row. Barkman, Gower, Gerlach. There's Villa-Roman, chased down by Carey. Here's Willoughby, tough angle. Willoughby with the roll shot. Carr is there, chased down by Gower from her knees. Paskey, that goes off Willoughby. That'll be good. Barnes is there. Barnes to Gower. Gower trying to set. Gerlach gets it across. Carey to Willoughby. Willoughby off the tape. That's handled by Paskey. Gets it back from Gower. And that goes off Villa-Roman. Colorado with another long rally, and they get the point.
I'll give credit to the Buffaloes, down 2-0 like they were against Ohio State yesterday. They refused to give up.
12 serving 13. Gerlach serves. Dug up by Illustre. Carey goes to Willoughby. Willoughby with that zipper. That takes a lot of oxygen out of the air, that's for sure. 14-12. Willoughby now with 9 kills. Willoughby coming off a performance on Friday night where she had 18 kills. Overpass. Gustine blocked by Gower, but it goes out. That's another point for Hawaii. Hawaii is up now 15-12. Eckmeyer goes back to serve, but we'll have a television timeout. 15-12. Eckmeyer serving, and Kahumoku saving. Carey gets it across. Boy, what a shot by Carey. Paskey is blocked by Gustine. Hawaii was all over the court. They were all over the court, and they were stretched. And Carey with an unbelievable return just to get the ball across.
Nice to see a team that hustles that much get rewarded on the point right there. Great hustle by Hawaii.
There's another swinging jump shot that time by Gower. Gower has done that all throughout this tournament. Gower serving. Villa-Roman to Carey. Step out. Gustine. That's saved by Carr, but it goes into the net, and Hayes couldn't do anything with it. 17-13, Hawaii by 4. Bogard and Bakasau come back into the game, replacing Illustre and Carey. So Bakasau will now serve. Paskey to Gower. Here's Paskey again. And that's blocked. Hayes to Paskey. Tough angle. There's Willoughby. And Griffin unable to get it past Gustine.
Oh, Maya. How about that? This ball's overpassed by Willoughby. And Gustine says, that's okay. I'll cover for you.
Bakasau again serves. Here's Gower. Gower tries to dump, but Gustine is there. Gower sets up Griffin. And that ball goes off Bakasau. 18-14. Hawaii leads here in the third game. Back to serve is Paskey. Paskey serves. Handled by Willoughby. Willoughby in an overpass. And it's pounded out. And that's a point for Hawaii. Boy, Colorado had a big advantage that time, and the ball just would not behave for them. 19-14.
Vaca Salsa was there, but she knew she couldn't go up and block because she was a back row player.
Here's Willoughby. Willoughby, remember, 4 aces. This one is just long.
Didn't miss by much for being her 5th ace tonight. Very, very close.
So Bachman will be in to serve. Bachman 4 kills against UCLA. He had 8 kills in that 5-game match against Ohio State yesterday. Villa Roman, Vaca Salsa, Bogard.
Well, we've seen this young freshman out of Bellflower, California now hit on the right, hit on the left, and now hit out of the middle. She's proving she can be the ultimate fireman and play anywhere.
2015, there's an ace by Gustine. Good look at PEIU. Coach of Colorado, 21-15, Hawaii by 6. Gustine again serving. That's popped up by Barnes. Here's Gower. DeHaze, that's off the block. Saved in the back row by Willoughby. Eckmeyer keeps it alive. Vaca Salsa to Bogard. That ball is shanked into the stand. So Bogard with another kill. Bogard's 3rd kill of the match, 22-15. Colorado calls the timeout. It's got a championship showdown tomorrow night between Hawaii and UCLA. Serving is Gustine. Gower to Gerlach. Gerlach just kind of tipped it over the net, and the ball snuck in. That's 11 kills now for Gerlach.
Gerlach leading the way for the Buffs tonight with double-figure kills.
Here's Hayes. Hayes off the net cord. That's an ace.
Drew Hayes, she of the Flamingo Quaff. Described best by PIU as a hard hitter, and she hit it hard then.
This one is wide. 23-17. Into the game comes Barnes, the libero for Colorado. Carey reports, also a Lustre. Lustre served it. Paskey to Gower. Step out. Erlach. That's off Villa Roman. Carey keeps it alive. Willoughby gets it over. Gower sets up Erlach. That's blocked. Kahumoko. That's off of Villa Roman. Carr hits it. Willoughby saves it. Kahumoko gets it across, but Carr is there. Gets it back from Gower. Willoughby in the back row. The rally continues. Willoughby from the 3-meter line. That's still alive, but into the net by Paskey. Hawaii wins the long rally. And another kill for Willoughby. She has 10. She is now in double figures. Kahumoko leads in kills with 13.
She started that sequence and she finished it. She dug that ball and killed it.
Ball put down again by Gerlach. Gerlach celebrates. She really celebrates every time. 24-18.
Yeah, she leads Colorado in career kill percentage. 331. That's a nice number.
Carey for Kahumoko. That's dug up by Barkman and overpass. Eckmeyer gets it to Carey. That's off Carr. Barkman can't get to it. Barkman was on her knees and could not unfold to get to the ball. 25-18, Hawaii leading. Back to service, Kahumoko. Kahumoko gets it across. Barnes feeds Gower. Here's Paskey off the block. Good rolling dig by Lustre. Then Carey, then Lustre again. Hawaii has it. Carey goes outside. Willoughby.
Oh, you saw Willoughby uncoil. She wound up, then she wanted to finish that rally in spectacular fashion after the great dig by Lustre, the great save by Carey. She wanted to punctuate that rally. You could sense it.
Now, PEIU wanted some explanation from Dan Hironaka on some point of procedure. Kahumoko again serves. Here's Gower. Erlach. That's dug up by Kahumoko and overpass. Advantage now. Colorado step out. Erlach. Popped up by Carey. Here's Kahumoko. That's kept alive by Gerlach. Gerlach hits it down the middle. Villa Roman is there. Here's Kahumoko behind the 3-meter line. Barkman pops it up. Gower goes cross-court. Paskey, triple block, and she's able to get it through Eckmeyer's hands.
That's just sheer power by Paskey. She had a solid block in front of her. 6 hands to get through. She found a way to field goal this one. Looks like it went through mostly Melody Eckmeyer.
Gerlach serving. Carry to Willoughby. Step out. That's blocked but out. Another kill for Willoughby. Willoughby now has 12.
So Willoughby showed us she can kill from the back row. She can kill from the left. She can hit the step out if you have to. She hits the high 2 in the middle. Is there anything that she can't do? Is she serving peanuts tonight or popcorn?
27-19. An overpass. Joust at the net. Won by Gustine. 28-19. So Hawaii 2 points away from sweeping Colorado. Setting up tomorrow night's championship game with UCLA. Serving is Eckmeyer, serves it long. 28-20. Villa-Roman comes back into the game. Serving will be Gower. Gower with that left-handed serve. Kahumoku to carry. Here's Willoughby. Double block is up, and they block Willoughby. Hayes and Griffin.
Solid block. Give the Buffs credit there. And they're celebrating. It's like they won the match. They blocked maybe the most prolific hitter in the United States.
21 serving 28. Carry again to Willoughby. Will they do it again? This is off the block, but Gower is there to pop it up for Hayes. Goes to Taskey. Triple block. Dug up by Kahumoku in the back row. Carry to Gustine. Gerlach is there. Then Gower. Hit by Griffin. Saved by Villa-Roman. Carry with the dump shot. Gower saves. And the joust at the net. They call a violation.
Paskey following through into the net. The Bozeman, the long rally, and the crowd stands up.
Crowd stands up for match point. Bogart comes back into the front row along with Gustine and along with Willoughby. Serving will be Carey. That ball dug up. Little dump shot. And Hawaii cannot react to it. Dump shot by Gower. So it is 22 serving 29. There was a collision between Villa-Roman and Carey. And they get up rather slowly.
Believe it or not, coaches love to see 2 players going for the ball rather than none. However, you don't want to do it at the risk of injury. Look at both of them going for the ball, and it is both their balls. Look at that little head noggin there. Concussion, down for the 8 count. Cobwebs have been removed.
Yes, Paskey serving. Kahumoku to Carey. Gustine. That's off Gower, and that's the match. Hawaii wins it 30-22. For Gustine, she gets into double figures in kills with 10. Gustine with 10, Willoughby with 12, and Kahumoku with 13. So another sweep for Hawaii. They did it to Ohio State. They have now done it to Colorado, and that sets up tomorrow night's championship match with UC.
Annual Hawaiian Airlines Wahine Volleyball Classic. Today's match for the tournament championship features the number 7 UCLA Bruins of the Pac-10 and the Western Athletic Conference champions, your 4th-ranked University of Hawaii, Rainbow Wahine.
So on the season. The next year.
And you've got to think that in the back of their minds, usually it's thinking,
If you recall, during the season, Hawaii fell behind 0-2 twice to Nevada. And then did they fall 0-2 to Utah State? Utah State, they were down.